In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to choose the best blog niches that can make you money for years and years to come, and which blog niche you absolutely want to avoid. You ready? Let's go. Okay, so if you want to start a blog and make money, you need to find a profitable niche. Now, I have a ton of profitable blog niche ideas that I want to share with you guys today, and 4 important questions you need to answer before you go ahead and get started. But first, for those of you who don't know my story, I started my blog in 2018 and I had no idea what I was doing. But I needed to find a way to make money from home so I could stay at home with my kids. So after a year of a lot of hard work and a ton of trial and error, I finally found a formula that worked, and I made 6 figures the very next year. And I've been making 6 figures every year ever since. But my first year, just so you guys can keep this all into perspective, I only made $5,000 the entire year. So you need to know that blogging is a long game. It takes time and a lot of work, but you just have to trust the process. Now, the way that I found my niche, I was actually just looking for something that didn't exist. I was looking online for different ways that moms could make money from home. So I wanted to be able to quit my job, and I'm like, what can I do? So I was looking online, trying to find successful stories of actual moms that work from home. I wanted to know, what do they do? How do they do it at home with kids? How much do they make? And then if I wanted to try that, how would I even get started? And there are a lot of different blogs out there about different jobs that moms can do, but they all failed to go in depth. Like, I needed more information. I needed to know, is there an actual mom doing this? Yeah, I know you're telling me this, but can I hear from an actual mom that's doing this? So just after being so frustrated and just not finding what I was looking for online, I started praying about my situation, and I asked the Lord, I need some guidance, God. I don't know what to do. And one day I just woke up, and one morning everything was just so clear, and I had the idea to just reach out to work from home moms and ask them, what do they do? How they do it at home with kids? How much do they make? So I asked and they answered, and I built a website from their stories. So that is how I was able to build my blog, and I found a void in the market. It was something that no one else was doing. I was willing to go more in depth and actually find the information that was not already out there, and that's how I came upon my niche. But my story is not going to be everyone else's story. Many of you are not going to find a void in the marketplace. You also might just want to write about something that other people are talking about. And that is completely fine, because you want competition, because competition tells you that there are people out there that want to know this same type of information. And when you have competition, you can actually learn from them. Competition is kind of the best things that you can learn about on what type of content to write, how often to post, what social media platforms you're going to be on. You want competition because they tell you a whole lot, because they've been doing this longer than you have. Now, there are 3 things that I want you guys to know when it comes to choosing a niche. The first thing is that you do not need to be an expert to write about something, because I have a site about ways to make money from home, but I had no idea how I could make money from home, especially with kids. I asked other people who did, and I shared their stories on my website. So you see how that works? So what I'm saying is, if you have enough interest about a topic, still write about it. And even if you don't have all the information, you'll just have to be resourceful. The next tip is that research is everything. So by looking at other websites about things that you want to write about and reading their articles, the way I was able to do it is I was able to find holes in their articles and say things like, they didn't even include this, or I wish they had that in their article. And that is what gave me the confidence to know that my content was going to be better than everyone else's out there. And it's all because I did my research. So do your research, look at your competition, and if you don't know who your competitors are, do a quick Google search for some of the questions you think your targeted reader might ask in your specific niche. And then see what articles show up in the search results. The articles that show up in the search results, those are articles that all belong to a blog. Those are your competitors. So take some time, look throughout their content, see what kind of things they're writing, and learn from them, and ask yourself, can you do better? And when you're thinking about what to blog about, you also need to consider if this topic is being searched for on Google. Why Google? Because where do most people go when they have a question? It's Google. And what shows up in the search results? It's blog articles. So what I do is I find out what questions people are searching for on Google, and then I answer their questions through my blog articles in my specific niche. So I can get stuck in the search results and get consistent free traffic to my blog. Let me show you guys an example of what I'm talking about. So using one of my keyword research tools, I found that people were looking for real ways to make money from home part-time. So then I wrote an article about 30 real ways to make money from home part-time. Now you can see right here, this is my article right here. This is my website. So if you click on it right here, it's gonna take you to my article. Now, this is one of the ways that I'm able to get traffic to my website is by finding out what questions people are searching for in my specific niche. And then I answer their question in a certain way that I know will rank on Google. And that's how I get consistent free traffic to my website. And because so many people are searching for this specific question every single day, I'm constantly getting traffic to this article. And because I'm constantly getting traffic to this article, I am constantly making money from it because I have ads on this article. And let me show you. Okay, so see right here, this is an ad. And as I'm just scrolling through reading my article, as I pass that, that is known as an ad impression. And I make money from that. So the more people you can get to read your articles, the more money you can make. And I also have affiliate products in this article as well. So if people actually go ahead and make a purchase using one of my unique referral links, then I earn a commission. So this is typically the way that people are monetizing their websites. These niche sites is from ads and affiliate marketing. Those are the primary two ways that you're gonna be able to monetize your blog. Now there are other ways, but these are just the most popular. So when you're thinking about which niche to choose, you have to ask yourself, does my targeted customer use Google? For example, if you want to do a blog targeted towards teenagers, I'm not sure how well that would do if you blog my way because teenagers, they just don't use Google as often as they do these other social media platforms when they're looking for things, which is now like TikTok or Instagram. So if you want to make money blogging my way, your targeted audience needs to use Google as a source to get the answers to their questions. Also, you want to make sure that you have some interest in what you want to blog about because it takes a lot of work for your blog to get up and running. Like 6 months to a year if you want to blog my way to just write articles to get them to rank on Google and get traffic that way. Because it's going to be way too easy to just go ahead and quit if it's something you're not really interested in. So you want to make sure that you're going to be all into this topic and have some interest at least. Okay, so here is what you've been waiting for. So here is a list of profitable blog niche ideas. Now these are just some ideas that a lot of people are interested in, and these make for great blog niches, especially for those people who are looking for things on Google. Now these can be pretty profitable, but I don't want you guys to just take this list as go and say, oh, well, my topic that I want to write about is not on this list, because I know people who are actually writing about birds and making six figures. So if you can get in a specific niche, that's fine. But these are just some ones that I found that are most profitable and the ones that you can do really well with if you want to blog the way that I do. As you're looking at this list, I know you're going to be saying or thinking, hopefully anyway, that these are pretty broad niche ideas. Now, these are pretty broad, so you have to be able to narrow it down. So it's going to be a specific subset because that is what niche blogs are. Because a niche site is a website that focuses on a very specific subset of a broader market with the purpose of monetizing its traffic. So you want to find a subset of these broader markets. And the way to do that is that you can use this online tool called Quora. And I hope that I'm pronouncing it right. But Quora is an online platform where people ask questions and provide answers. It's very similar to Google, but just way more people use Google. Well, and Google definitely has a higher credibility. Now I'm going to show you really quickly how you can use Quora. Okay, so if you're going to use Quora, I wanted to show you really quickly. When you actually sign in, they're going to ask you to sign in with your Google account or however you want to do it. And then they're going to ask you to actually put in 5 topics or categories that you're interested in. So you can go ahead and do that and then follow along with what I'm doing right now. So say you take something from the list that I just shared with you. So for example, if I just put in here, crafts, it's going to show me the topic right here, crafts. So I'm going to click on that. And then it shows me some subcategories right here. So this is what I'm talking about. To help you narrow down your search, you can see what other related topics go under crafts. So you just try to narrow down really what space you want to get into. And this is all research. It's going to take you time to kind of figure this out. But this is just how you could go about doing it. So you can see that crochet, sewing, knitting. These are all different categories in the craft market, but this is the subset. So say, for example, I wanted to do a blog about knitting. Okay, let's just say that. What I would do next is I would go to Pinterest. So Pinterest is an excellent website just to try and get content ideas. So what I would do is I'm trying to kind of narrow down like, okay, so if I'm going to write about knitting, Like, what are some of the things I can talk about? So these are just, what I'm talking about now is just trying to get some content ideas to say, would I be able to sustain and talk about this topic enough to actually build a blog around? So the next thing you want to do is go into Pinterest and then put in knitting. Okay, so one thing I like about Pinterest is too, because Pinterest is a search engine. Now they're going to help you try and narrow it down. So this means that people who are looking up knitting, they also look at patterns free, patterns for beginners, fashion bags. So this is kind of give you an idea of like just trying to even get more specific even more. And then this is kind of cool because this is just things you can see to see what kind of content is out there. So people might be interested in how to knit neat edges. Now, the other thing you need to do is that I need to find out to make sure that these people are actually searching for things on Google, because we're on Pinterest right now. But the way that I blog and make money is by finding out what questions people are searching for on Google. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this tool called KW Finder. Now you guys can use this too. This is a keyword research tool that I use. And if you click on the link in the description below, you get 10 days for free. So I highly recommend do all your research in those 10 days to try and see and justify if this is going to be a suitable blog niche topic for you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how this works. So what I'm doing right now is kind of building a case to see if this is actual website that I can make money from and that I can actually get traffic from with my blog, the way that I do it. So I'm going to go to KW Finder. And then, so I'm looking at this topic right here. So I see this, how to knit neat edges. I don't even know what this means, but this might be something that people are interested in. So I'm going to put this in KW Finder and see, is this something that people are searching for on Google? So I'm going to put in how to knit neat edges. Okay, so it's saying, yes, people are looking for it. About 90 people search for this. So just so you guys know, it puts this in perspective. 90 is not a lot. I typically like to look for, and it depends what niche you're in. So I don't want to just give you a blanket number. But in the personal finance niche that I'm in, a lot of people are trying to figure out things about money. So I'm always looking for things that are 1,000 search volume or more. So that means that 1,000 people search for this specific question every single month. In this case right here, it's saying only 90 people search for this month. But that's okay. So what I want you guys to do next is to build a spreadsheet, a Google spreadsheet. It's all completely free. I have a Google sheet, and then you want to put in the keyword, the search volume, and the keyword difficulty. Now the keyword is the actual question that people are searching for on Google. So I will go ahead and just say how to knit neat edges. So I'm just trying to see, do I have enough content that could sustain me and actually build a site around this? And there's no magic number, because I have unlimited content ideas that I share in my course. So don't get caught up in trying to figure out, well, I don't know what else to write about, or I don't know what else. I do teach that, but for right now, I'm just going to show you like a quick way to figure out, do some quick keyword research. But so what you want to do is do how to knit edges, copy that, put in the search volume, which is 90, and the keyword difficulty. So let me show you guys this. When it's 16, you want to go for all the things that are easy to rank for on Google. Because if you have a brand new website, it's going to be hard to compete with the other sites because they just are more established. So when you're doing your keyword research and using KW Finder, you always want to try to find things that are green, that are easy to rank for. And then what I love about this tool so much is that it gives you other suggestions about things that you could write about. So for here, it just has some other how to make knitting edges neat and things like that. But anyway, I'm going to just put 16 in here, and then I'm going to go back to Pinterest and see what else I can find. Okay, and then I see knitting stitch. So whatever this is, I'm going to check it in my KW Finder tool and see what it comes up. Okay, so putting knitting stitch in here. Wow, that's a great keyword right there. See, this says knitting stitch, but so 27,000 people search for this every single month, and the keyword difficulty is 26. So that tells me this is a good keyword, but also this is another lesson. I'm just packing this all into you guys. Knitting stitch is very broad. What does that even mean? You want to look for, I call them long tail keywords. So long tail keywords are typically 3 words or more. So you want to look for questions that are, or keywords that are 3 words or more, because they're more specific. The more specific of a question you can answer on Google, the better for you, because those things are easier to rank for. So I know I'm packing this all into this video. I hope it's making sense. So what I'm going to do is just keep scrolling and see what else is KW Finder actually suggesting that I could probably write about. So yarn over knitting, that's something. Slip stitch knitting. So if I knew about knitting, this might make sense to me, but someone looking up slip stitch knitting, I would ask myself, what are they asking for? What is the intent of this user? What are they probably searching? What are they trying to get out of this question that they're asking? So these are just kind of things that you want to think about when you're doing your keyword research. different knitting stitches. This would be probably a great affiliate opportunity because you would get some knitting stitches and actually add them in your article and probably say the best knitting stitches. So this is definitely something that could be a great affiliate opportunity. It's 3,200 people are searching for this every single month. The keyword difficulty is 23. So I would just be adding this to my spreadsheet and just going on and on. So this is what I'm doing to build a case to say, okay, I did a little bit of keyword research. I may not know all that I need to know about keyword research right now, but it looks like I can actually have some content that I could write about that I could actually rank on Google. And this is what I would do to figure out if I can have a profitable blog niche. So what I would say to you guys is use the list that I gave you today, or use the things that you actually want to write about. Go through the same process that I went through. Go on Pinterest to find out what other categories or what other things that people are talking about in that category. See if it's going to actually be ranking on Google through this KW Finder tool. And if it is, write it down and build your case to say yes. And this will actually give you the confidence to say, I'm going to do very well at blogging. I've done my research. I know that I can do this, and I'm going to go ahead and press forward. I'm going to go ahead and start writing my articles, try and get an article done every single week, write it in a way that I know will rank on Google, and then just continue the process until you start seeing your articles get up higher and higher in the search results. So these are the things that I recommend that you guys do if you want to find a profitable blog niche. Make sure you vet it to as much as you can to make sure that it can be profitable and something that you can actually write about and rank for on Google. That's the way I do it. Now for the niche you definitely don't want to get into is anything that is health related. So health related topics. Because ever since Google came out with this YMYL, which stands for Your Money, Your Life niches, it can be very difficult to rank. So it's honestly just not even worth your time if you want to go that route to try and rank on Google. You know, Google takes health very seriously, and they don't want to be giving out information that is not accurate. So if someone is having a stroke and someone looks up what to do if someone is having a stroke, they don't want just anybody like just me being able to write an article, even though I know how to rank on Google through my articles. They don't want me to be able to do that. They want to make sure that someone is actually medically authorized to answer this type of information. So they're going to only show up certain high authority websites that they trust in the search results. So don't even try if you're going to do anything health related. You can do well blogging, but it won't be through Google. Okay, so this was a jam-packed video with just a ton of stuff that you guys, I want you to go through this. And I gave you guys a lot of stuff to go through because I want you to be able to feel confident when you are going into your niche and starting your blog that this is really going to work, because there's going to be a lot of days where you feel like, why am I even doing this? And go back to your spreadsheet and say, oh, I already built a case that this is going to work. If I just trust the process, write an article every single week in a way that I know it will rank through Google. And, you know, you can look through my videos or take my course if you want to, you know, make sure that you know how to do these things. Then you can just go ahead and trust the process that you are going to have a profitable blog. So these are the things that I would do if you are trying to figure out some profitable niche ideas. Take the ideas I share with you today, narrow them down, see which ones that you want to do that works for you. You know, I can't just tell you what to blog about. I can only try and guide you to some areas that I know will make you some good money if you follow this route. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is kind of long, but I just wanted to share all these details with you guys so you can just be confident with your blog. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. And if you are still here watching this video, please, I beg you, just say that I made it in the comment section below, so I know that someone actually stuck around to watch the very end of this video. And that means a lot to me that you did, because, you know, I really just want to help you guys, and that means that you thought that this was a pretty good video. So if you could do that, I appreciate it. All right, make sure you like, subscribe. I got a lot more content for you guys. If you have any other questions or any other things that you want to see, just let me know, and I'll definitely add it to my list. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.